Leaf. That feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Feels like you could fly, don't it? Then fly, Brian! Saving is believing.
Feel good about your savings. Move it to Rabo Direct and access it anytime. Rabo Direct, the straight-talking savings bank.
For the kind of insight that comes from the heart of a true Gaelic Games fan, Martin McHugh, only in the Star.
RTE Sport are giving you the chance to win a luxury weekend break for you and a friend in the 4-star Hudson Bay.
A special welcome to Michael Dignan, who has joined us for the next part of the programme. Well, it's been a highly competitive Division 1A in hurling this year. All 6 teams went into the final round of games with everything to play for. Clare and Cork, however, were the 2 who finished bottom, and so a relegation playoff would decide who spends 2014 playing 1B hurling. Your commentator for this is Marty Morrissey.
The Bannermen come to Limerick with Derek Honan, a late replacement for Fergal Lynch. He's likely to start at the edge of the square. David McInerney fronts Patrick Kelly between the posts, with captain Patrick Donlan at centre back. The 2 Ryans, Colin and Connor, no relation, from Newmarket and Fergus and Cratloe, are in midfield, while Tony Kelly is the leader of the attack at number 11. Cork manager Jimmy Barry Murphy is forced to make one late change. Shane O'Neill has a hamstring problem, so Aaron's own starts at corner back. One of the key men for the Rebels has been midfielder Lorcan McLaughlin, where he'll be partnered by Daniel Carney today. On the 40 is Paddy O'Sullivan, who will be determined to get quick ball into the full forward line of Stephen Moylan, Luke O'Farrell and Patrick Horgan. Cork playing with a strong breeze in the opening half. Coming forward is Pat Cronin, out far is Luke O'Farrell, and that is the first score of the match. Good start by the Rebels in the city of Limerick. Good score by the full forward from Middleton. Shane O'Donnell is full forward waiting for it. John Conlon is operating at number 10. He hits this ball in under severe pressure. That's a really good score by John Conlon from Clonlara. Just very far from where we are at the moment. You can almost see it here in the stand. Good score by Conlon. Clever, very clever play by Conor Lahan. Lays it back for Daniel Carney, and that has all the hallmarks of a wonderful score. Lovely interception here by Conor Lahan. He had the vision to spot Daniel Carney available, and he slotted it between the posts. Hard-working Killian Murphy, late replacement for Shane O'Neill. Sean Conlon, twisting and turning, needs a little bit of help. Gets the call from Colin Ryan, and he hits a beauty. Ryan from Newmarket and Fergus. Family steeped in hurling. They've contributed hugely to Newmarket and indeed to Clare. Puck out. There's enough power to reach Pat Cronin, and that is a pretty good effort, and that is over the bar. A very good response by Cork. Straight from the puck out from Anthony Nash. No messing about. Patrick Kelly trying to change the direction of the puck out, but again the wind is catching it every time. Shane O'Donnell tries to get a pass, but it's cut out rather easily. Conor O'Sullivan, the left corner back, coming forward and scoring splendidly. Well, he's done it all, hasn't he, as a player and a manager. Sullivan from Cork battling hard. Coming in as Derek Honan leaves it behind him. Last man to touch it seemed to be a Corkman. It's a line ball for Clare. Quickly taken by Podge Collins. Into the centre to Tony Kelly. This is looking good. Tony Kelly scoring his first point in this relegation playoff. Combination with Podge Collins. 2 of the under-21s from last year, and it results in a fine point. Brendan Bugler prevents it from going over the sideline. Lays it off as Tony Kelly has already scored 1 point. He's just along the sideline. The umpire is unequivocally going for the flag. That is a thing of beauty. He's a very special talent, Tony Kelly. Good ball. Down past Podge Collins. Keeps it low. Here comes Shane O'Donnell. Nippy forward. Pace and vision. Conor McGrath against the wind. Clare are rocking and rolling. Conor McGrath, welcome back to the big time for Conor McGrath. O'Donnell feeding the substitute. And the Fetlow man rarely misses. It's 8 points to 7. Corkmen on their mobile phones. A little bit concerned at the moment. They need every ball. They have it here with Pat Cronin. Dropping it in and sending that over the bar. Quick response for the Rebels. Dropping deep into Cork territory. Clare, however, win the possession. As John Conlon, under a lot of pressure, goes back outside. Waiting for it patiently is Colm Galvin. On the 45-metre line, he hits it straight and through. Good score by Colm Galvin. Good work by the Bannermen. Flicked across into the centre. Galvin took his chance well. Stephen White gives it to Pat Cronin. Dangerous ball. Great catch by Luke O'Farrell, bearing down on goal. The referee blows his whistle, and that is a jersey pull, and it's a free in for Cork, dead straight in front of the posts, but not a penalty. Wonderful fielding by Luke Farrell. Cleanly beat David McInerney, and that gives the advantage to Cork. Now Patrick Horgan looks to the sideline. The signal is to put it over the bar. Here comes Horgan. He lashes it over the crossbar. 7 points for Patrick Horgan. 14 points for Cork, 9 for Clare. Donald Donovan should have this situation under control. Steps by the initial challenge. Conor Lahan is the second. Gives it into the centre to Colin Ryan. Given a little bit of space for the first time. Uses the short grip and scores his 4th point from the middle of the field. Colin Ryan keeps Clare in touch. Long puck out. Brendan Butler unable to get there first. Coming across is Patrick Horgan, turning in a man of the match performance. The Glen Rovers man from the north side of Cork City has now scored 9 points. And Clare will have to make a change. Tony Kelly from along the sideline is dropping this in. What about that for a score? Tony Kelly. Wonderful, wonderful score here, nipping in and responding to Patrick Horgan's point just a few moments ago. Donald Donovan puts the brakes on but then decides to go for it. Ball inside for his Luke O'Farrell. There's a chance here for goal for Cork, bearing down. What's he going to do? Great save by Kelly, and Clare survive. Wonderful goalkeeping by Patrick Kelly, and it's the save that could keep Clare in Division 1A. It runs on to Conor Lahan. Gets away from his marker for the first time. He hits a rasper. Kelly saves again. Magnificently. They try it again. Defending is magnificent by Clare. And eventually Cork rattle the back of the net. But it took 3 attempts before Luke O'Farrell found the back of Patrick Kelly's net. Lovely stick work by Kelly. Can he produce something from the middle of the field? Sending the ball over towards Darragh Conan. Pinpoint accuracy. Nobody running through the centre for Darragh Conan. He has to do it himself. He makes the space and he sends it over the bar. But in that sequence, there was nobody there to support Conan. He looked around right there and decided he had to do it himself. 6.5 minutes left. The Gaelic grounds in Limerick. Every ball now is crucial. Clare are winning them in the half-back line midfield. This is Donald Donovan bursting forward, trying to get away from John Conlon. Flicks it to Conlon. Conlon has a pop from out in the middle of the field, and it is a beauty. Magnificent score by John Conlon. 1 point between the teams. O'Donovan giving it to Conlon. Clonlara boys together, keeping Clare very much in contention. Donald Donovan steps forward, lays it off. Here's Kelly. What can Kelly do? He can score for the There as well is centre half back Christopher Joyce, trying to get the ball into the air as they feel the pressure. It's Clare all the way. Colin Ryan floating this one in. It has the legs. It's over the bar. Clare have fought back with such heroism, such courage, such passion. The clock ticks towards the 70th minute. Lahan drops it in. Pat Cronin is at the edge of the square and he has the ball and he kicks it into the net. And Cork are back in front. Pat Cronin, when all the shamazzle and all the throw balls was going on, Pat Cronin had sneaked inside to the edge of the square and rattled the back of the Clare net. And once more, it's all for Clare to do. Is there an equaliser in Park na Gael? Ball is given over far side, but William Egan tripped. Brian Murphy tripped the Clare forward, and that is a free in, dead straight in front of the posts. Extra time looming in this relegation playoff. Colin Ryan to keep Clare in Division 1A at least for a while longer, and that is over the bar. So it's the first period of extra time. 10 minutes each way. Cork playing from right to left. After 17 wides, managed a late equaliser. Cork go in pursuit of the first score of extra time, and it's a good one. Off the stick of Cian McCarthy. Nice layoff, good finish. Working so hard here. Colm Galvin lays it off first. Kyle McInerney. Has he the cheek to have a go for a point? He has, and it's straight over the crossbar. Wow, what a point by Kyle McInerney for Clare. When it comes out to Kyle McInerney, he hits it magnificently between the posts. No Clare man in around the house. Alan O'Neill did really well to compose himself. Lays it off first, Conor McGrath. Chance here for Peter Duggan. Duggan gets by the initial chance. He's going to have a shot. Brilliantly stopped by Anthony Nash. Dear, oh dear. Wonderful goalkeeping by Anthony Nash. There have it. Patrick O'Connor. Attempted pass. Didn't quite come off. Nipping in again is Colm Galvin. Dead straight in front of the posts. It's straight over the bar. Think of the names of the future for Clare. Think of the present. Think of Tony Kelly. Think of Colm Galvin. They are making quite an impression. It's his second point of the game. Tony Kelly tells John Conlon to leave it. And away goes Kelly on his bike. Passing the 45. Uses the short grip and puts it over the bar. Tony Kelly, 6 points for Clare in this relegation playoff, and he's only 19 years of age. Kyle McInerney sending it down towards John Conlon. William Egan with him. Conlon getting inside the cover. Difficult angle. The umpire goes for his flag. John Conlon's third point of the game. 31 points to 28. Cian McCarthy doing well. Getting away, Michael Walsh is available inside. This is a good movement by Cork as they have a chance here with Nocton sending in a shot which is deflected over the bar. Anxious moments in the Clare defence as Cork went in pursuit of scores. Nocton with the rocket deflected over the bar. The puck out and the possession coming to Clare, and Colm Galvin, ironically enough, one of the heroes for the Banner County, grabs the sliotar. Clare have survived to Division 1A. Cork are relegated to Division 1B. Full-time score. Clare 31 points. Cork 2 goals and 23 after extra time.
Of course I'm happy, but at the end of the day it's a match won. Like, a lot of people have put this down as be all and end all of everything. I hadn't.
It's disappointing to be relegated, but at the end of the day, you get on with it. I mean, we had a good league campaign. We didn't play that badly, but it's a very tight competition, and you know, one or two losses and you're relegated. So that's just the nature of the thing. My
own personal opinion, I think the more games you have, the better. I think teams in Division 1 start the league in the January. We play a Waterford, Crystal and other stuff. I'd forego them, and let's get a good few games and give chances a chance of improving their skill level and stuff like that. The more games we have, the better. I believe that, and that means I can try out more of a panel as well.
I know there's no complaining. We happened just before and they came back and won All Ireland, so it doesn't worry me in the slightest. That's the way it goes. We're disappointed. We didn't want to go down, but we just get on with it now and make the most of it.
Well, a real ding-dong battle at the Gaelic grounds, but it is Clare who retain their top-flight status, while Cork then face the prospect of life in the lower regions of league hurling next season. Michael Dignan here with me on the programme. Michael, for a finish up, Clare deserved their win in the way they played in extra time. But at the end of normal time, Pa Cronin scores a goal for Cork. He puts them into the lead, and they still weren't able to close that deal.
No, and Cork scored 2 goals in the second half, and the first goal they went 5 points up. They couldn't hold that lead, and then they went, as you say, 2 points up at the late goal. But you'd have to say Clare really deserved their win. They scored 31 points, which is phenomenal, 24 from play, and they also had 22 wide. So if they'd taken their chances, they really should have won it a little bit more comfortably. But it made for a very, very exciting game.
Michael, we've been talking on League Sunday about Clare's progress and some of the emerging players that are coming out. One of those, Tony Kelly, already he seems like a fully established player, and yet he's only a young lad. Yeah,
he's only 19, but I think what he brought to the Clare team today, he caused total havoc in the Cork backline. He was selected centre forward. You see him here taking a quick line ball. That was the tactic of Clare's all day. Takes the recovery, great first touch, and then from the sideline into the wind over the bar. But he was picked at centre forward, but he travelled all over the field, and along with Colin Galvin, who started in the half forward line, they just caused total havoc. And for such a young player, Clare are young, they're mobile, they're running all over the field. But if you watch here, nobody knows who to pick him up because he's drifted in there, and then he takes on the Cork defence and just runs away from them into a strong wind again and shortens up the grip and over the bar. And certainly, as I say, with John Conlon in the half forward and Colin Galvin moved out there today, they caused an awful lot of hassle and scored some great scores from play, and he ended up with 6 points from play.
It's always a great encouragement for a manager to have young emerging players coming through like that he can see there's a future in what he's doing. Yeah, well,
Clare have set out their stall over the last couple of years under Davy Fitz. They're playing a particular type of game, a running game, short. They were criticised last year for a lot of short passing, but I think just taking on, they're getting used to the role now. You see Pat Donlow with the ball here. Okay, they're looking up all the time. Colin Ryan with a super game as well in the middle of the field, but a lovely hand pass out to the wing, and straight over the bar. And Cork, you'd have to say, though, on the other hand, there's nobody around the half forward, and here's Donald O'Donovan, who had a great game of cornerback, bursting forward. But some of the tackling from the Cork half forward line, in the last 15-20 minutes was very poor, to be honest with you. Clare scored 7 points in the last 12 minutes from play, and ball after ball was just being won. When Donald was in goals, he went with short puckouts and maybe more accurate puckouts. Cork were going long all day today, and Clare just popped up all over the field. Here's again Tony Kelly running off Donald O'Donovan over the bar, and there's a lot of young players. David McInerney at fullback again, outstanding today, and young Senan Moroney cornerback. So they look to be very well equipped, and they'll be delighted to stay up in Division 1A.
Michael, in the interview there afterwards, Jimmy Barry Murphy was philosophical about going down to the lower division next year, but there is no doubt about it that people still want to see Cork in the league playing the Kilkennys, the Tipperaries, whatever, and that's not going to happen next year.
Yeah, they're the glamour matches, and the league was set out the way it was set out this year. It was agreed on, so it was democratic. But you had the top 6 teams in the country, and it was a very competitive league. Went down to the wire on the last Sunday, but Clare won 2 matches out of their first 5. Cork had 2 draws and a win, so they were really competitive. We have few enough top hurling teams in the country without taking one of our best teams. They're in, those 6 teams are the 6 best teams in the country at the moment. So what I would do is I'd put your Dublin and Limerick, who were first and second in 1B, have an 8-team division, and let 2 be relegated and 2 promoted every year. Let whoever's first and second in Division 1A go straight to a semi-final. Let the third and fourth play a quarter-final against number 1 and 2 from 1B.